Hey there, it's Karen here. So great to be with you. And I wanted to come and share with you something that I learned for myself coming up on the weekend. So this past weekend, I took part in a social media summit. And the great part of that was that, normally in the normal old world, I would have traveled over to Florida, but I got to do this from the comfort of my own home. Albeit that, it started generally for me at 1 a.m. in the morning. So, but here's something that, came up for me over the weekend. And I just really wanted to share it with you because I feel like it's probably something that can really help yourself. So, have you ever wondered what holds you back? Does anything hold you back? So, for me, I love learning, and I love learning so much so that I can become a better person. And one of the things that, in trying for growth, in trying to become better, whether it's in social media, whether it's in your job, whether it's in just personally, whether it's adding more skill sets for yourself, the arena of that doesn't matter. But one thing that kept coming up for me was self-sabotage. And I realized that I self-sabotage myself so many times. And in actual fact, it goes all the way back to my childhood. Now, my guess is that something that, something that maybe holds you back, or something that is, you are self-sabotaging with, is something that has come up, from your childhood not something that happened as a truth, and you've you have interpreted that a certain way as your younger self. But now when you're looking back as your older adult self and looking back on that scenario, you can probably realize the same feelings may come up, but the truth is, and the reality is, very different. It's just that young, impressionable mind got you into a place where you thought it was a certain way. And that was the same for me. And so, what I found was that I remember, I'm not sure how old I was. I think it was about 12, 13 maybe. I remember doing a running race at school, and I think it was the 800 meters. And in my mind, I had a strategic plan where I was going to sit right behind my friend, my really good friend, and I were both in the race. We were both in different, sporting factions or sporting colors, and I was going to sit behind her because I knew she wanted to beat me, and I was going to sit behind her for the whole way. And probably the last 100, I was going to just come and sprint straight past her. Now, that absolutely happened for me. And that's exactly what happened. And I won the race. Now, she was not very nice to me at the end of that because she felt that, I didn't run the race properly, according to her. Now, what happened from that was I got very ill afterwards because I had exerted myself, but I had worked myself up so much because I wanted to beat her. And then what happened is, from that, then you go to an inter-school carnival, right? Well, the same thing started to happen. I got myself so ill and so worked up because of the expectation that every time I would achieve something, there was going to be this next bigger thing that I really felt I couldn't handle. So it really damaged my confidence. And so the funny thing is, what I worked out on the weekend is I've taken that thought process through my life, and I get to a certain level, I get to a certain break, I get to break some new ground in whether it's learning it or, in growing myself. And then I start to pull back because what if I can't handle it? What if people think that I'm a fraud, mate? It's not that I'm so worried about what people think. It's more, I think, around the fact that maybe it's this imposter syndrome. I spoke about this a little while ago, and it just keeps coming up every conversation I'm having, particularly with, lots of females at the moment, because I realized that by sharing what I'm sharing, I'm not alone. And I'm pretty sure that, most of us have had something come up, in our early childhood. It could be from school. I mean, it could be a million things. And sometimes we block it out because we just don't like that feeling. So the question that was asked of us is, what is it that you're doing today that you know that, or maybe that you're not doing today, that you know that you should be, but you're not, and it's holding you back? And the question for me was, well, how's that serving me? Like in my mission to help empower women to get their confidence back and to, live their greatest life, to serve the world in whichever form they want to, how is me holding myself back serving anybody else? And it absolutely doesn't. And so when I was having a chat with a couple of ladies, a couple of my friends around this, the same thing kept coming up for them too, around the whole confidence thing. Like, there's all this chatter that goes on inside the head, and they can't seem to get rid of that, that incessant chatter that wants to tell you that you're not good enough. And, I really just wanted to share today that you absolutely are good enough. There are ways to clear those limiting beliefs, because a limiting belief is not really, it's just a belief. It's not a fact. Okay, so there are absolutely things that you can do to help clear all that. Now, I also wanted to share with you, which has got nothing to do with what I'm talking about. We have a bunch of my lady friends and we have a Mocktail and Masks event that's coming up next week. Now, if you'd like to be a part of that, you can, send me a comment below, or log into the link below, and I can send you more information. You are going to get your own sample mask, some cleanser and toner as well, and it's absolutely fun. We get to sit in the comfort of our own home, have some mocktails, and I'd love you to be a part of it so you can experience how beautiful your skin can feel, get rid of some of those fine lines and wrinkles, be a little bit plumper, and just feel amazing, because you know why? You deserve it. And I know that you are someone who's also an action taker. So why not? Let's take some time for ourselves, because goodness knows we deserve it. And come and join me. Click the link below or send me a message. Thanks so much. I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.